Me too. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to our final concert of the school year. My name is Mr. Petty. I'm the director of bands here at Oak Harbor. I can't see. I feel like they can see me, but I still can't see. I'll use my phone flashlight. We're good. You can turn that off. Please, please, please turn that off. No, that doesn't help. Turn it off. Thank you. All right. Well, now they can't see me. Turn it back on. All right, we're good. Welcome to our 2025 Pops concert. I truly think that you guys are all in for a treat. The students have been working really hard these last 10 months, preparing some really great music for you tonight, off script. I was joking with a couple students earlier, for all the not talking I've done for the last few concerts, I'm making up for it. I have 3 pages, so bear with me. But it's all stuff that I really just want to say. And before any of the students ask, no, I did not use AI to write this script. So normally I don't say much during these concerts, and I like to let the students speak for themselves, both with their words, but more importantly through their music. But tonight, I just wanted to take a few minutes to say, and it's about 7 minutes, I timed it, to say and share a few things with all of you. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to remind you to please silence your devices. If you choose to take any pictures, please make sure that your flash is turned off. Our concert will be live streamed tonight, and the recording will be available to view after the concert on YouTube, care of the Wildcat Media. A big thank you to Mr. Nowicki and the amazing students of Wildcat Media for making that happen. I also would like to take just a moment to give a shout out to Vic for always working tirelessly to ensure that the sound and lights of our concert are perfect. We definitely appreciate all of the staff and volunteers that have to come together to make these concerts happen. Now, what band directors do the best, I'm going to tell a story. I was sitting in a rehearsal for the Saratoga Symphony, just enjoying the music, when I started looking around and thinking, wow, it's really amazing how many people have to come together and just how many years of experience that those people have to come together to make something as simple as a song. Let's see. It was a little fun thought experiment, so I started wondering what that would look like for us. And now you guys finally get closure. I went around and started asking the students, and they were like, why are you asking this? I started asking the students, how long have you been playing, right? How many years have you been playing? And the number might amaze you. On the stage tonight, you're going to see the culmination of over 620 years of music education experience. And personally, I think that that's truly what makes music such an amazing art form. The first group you're going to hear tonight is the jazz band. These kids are some of the hardest working and most dedicated musicians I've ever had the pleasure of working with as a teacher. In a more traditional band class, we might learn 15 songs in a year. In jazz band, they learned 15 songs just to play one gig last week or 2 weeks ago. Let's see, they learned about that many more for our town tour in December. Was this a disco? And all of that, of course, is on top of all the music that you actually get to hear them play here at our concerts. Oh, there we go. He's going to follow me. It's been an absolute blast working with them. Thank you. I can put this down now. Sorry, 1 second. It's been an absolute blast working with them every morning this year, and I'm very excited to see what next year brings. After the jazz band, you'll hear the orchestra club. Chamber music is really special as it gives ownership back to the students. You'll notice, if you haven't already, that these students don't have a director. They pick their own music and learn it on their own. I may have said 2 or 3 things to them all trimester about their music. Of course, I'm there to answer questions, but to my constant amazement, the students really step up and get it done all by themselves. We don't have our freshman band with us this trimester, but a lot of the freshmen chose to continue this trimester in the symphonic band, and in some cases, the wind ensemble. Speaking of the wind ensemble, you are in for a real treat tonight. The first thing you may have noticed on your concert programs is that we have a special guest conductor. Sean Brown is a local musician. Sean Brown. We all love Sean. Sean is a Sean is a local. Okay, he's a local music educator who does an amazing job with some of our brass students here on the island. He's been finishing up. What you may or may not know about him is that he's been finishing up his music education degree and teacher certification at Western Washington University. And part of that is a practicum, which involves observation and a little bit of lesson planning and teaching. He's been working with me and the wind ensemble a couple of days a week throughout the entirety of the third trimester. For the Pops concert, it's always been a tradition of mine to try and include as much student voice as possible in the song selection. For some bands, that may look like 1 or 2 days of listening to songs in our library, picking out the ones that we want to play. But for these guys, meaning the wind ensemble, I'm still talking about wind ensemble, it was a little different. It was practically day one of the school year that they were telling me about this song called Godzilla Eats Las Vegas, and they really wanted to play it. But with a name like that, I dismissed it as some silly little song that probably wasn't worth our time, but oh boy, was I wrong. They brought it back up again and again and again, but especially when we were talking about the Pops concert, and I finally gave in, and we listened to it on YouTube, and I was immediately hooked. And when I looked at the composer's score, and I looked at who the composer was, I realized pretty immediately that this wasn't simply a gimmicky song. It's probably one of the more challenging songs I've ever seen a high school band play. And so I did what any sane band director would do. I gave it to Sean. I'll let him deal with it. I think you'll come to find that he did a great job working with these students as well. Now, parents, I'd be a fool if I didn't take a moment to thank you for everything that you do. Driving your students to school at the break of dawn for a band trip, or picking them up super late after a football game, taking them to and paying for lessons, driving them all the way to Spokane for All-State Honor Band or to Blaine for solo and ensemble, giving your support to these kids when they may be down or broken from the stress and the expectations of not only this program, but school and life in general. You are all amazing, and what you are about to see wouldn't be possible without you. I would also like to give a special thank you and shout out to the parents who volunteer with the band booster. I think I have gained noticeably fewer gray hairs this school year because I know that you guys are always there and that you always have my back. If anyone out there is not currently involved with the band booster, please consider looking into it. The things that we are already doing and the things that we would like to do simply just are not possible without the work and the money that comes from the boosters. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about the seniors. As a new teacher to this school and to this district, I was a little apprehensive about what would be waiting for me. Coming into their school, into their band program as the third teacher in 3 years. It would be enough to give any seasoned director pause. All of those fears, though, melted away on day one when I came here and was greeted by some of the most welcoming and amazing students that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. They took me in as if I had been here forever, and together we were able to make their senior year pretty awesome. At least I hope so. Next Tuesday on the 10th, I'm almost done, last page, I promise. Next Tuesday on the 10th, we'll be holding our annual band celebration banquet at the Elks Lodge, starting at 6 p.m. If you've been to the choir concert, if you came to the choir concert a couple weeks ago, you may notice that we're not specifically recognizing any students tonight. We will be presenting awards and celebrating our seniors and our year at that event next week. Please consider attending. Desserts and refreshments are open to everyone. And if you haven't yet bought a dinner ticket, I do believe that the boosters still have a few more available. You can go talk to them at their table or check for the email that was sent out. Tonight's concert will include a short intermission after the symphonic band to give us time to set up for wind ensemble. During this time, please feel free to check out the band boosters table as well as the band club table, and I think that both groups have a couple of things that they're trying to sell if you're interested. All right, now, as many of us are aware that this is the last time that these seniors will play on this stage as high schoolers. What hopefully none of them are aware of is that behind their backs, I reached out to all of their parents. And I asked for pictures and videos of them as beginning band students when they were just learning. Now, I'd like to take a moment to celebrate the seniors of the Oak Harbor Band Program and just how far they've come. They're gonna watch. All right, how do I do this? Let's see. All right, you're good.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes. But it's the only thing that I know. It's the only thing that makes us feel so you can keep me. Come home. Loving can heal. Loving can mend your soul. It's the I swear. Keep this love in its photograph. It's like a pocket of your ripped cheek, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone.
All right, get back on stage. Let's go. Enjoy the concert.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Morgan Partridge, and I am your outgoing band club president. Thank you so much to every parent, friend, and alum here tonight. Your support is a big reason why I and every other band student, and especially the seniors who stuck it out, are here tonight. That is as much as I wrote. It is difficult to put into words how much this program has meant to me over the last 4 years, and I think I speak for all seniors when I say that. Mr. Petty is a wonderful band director. The connections I have made here, the leadership experience I have gotten, and the lovely people I have had the chance to love in my time here, it's gonna be hard to beat, so I hope college is cool. Mr. Petty's amazing. Where is he? Mr. Petty's amazing. Give him a hand. That's the most important thing, in addition to saying how amazing everyone is on stage here. So, thank you so much.
That sound like a broken record, dude? Hi, everyone. I'm Gunnar. I'm a senior here. I play guitar for jazz band and trumpet for wind ensemble. And this is my last concert. This is not just my last concert, but every other senior here's last concert. And as I'm sure I'm not alone with this, it's hard to put into words what this journey has meant to me. These rehearsals, these performances, and all the people I've shared with them have been such a huge part of my life, probably one of the biggest parts of my life. It's bittersweet standing here, really. Excited for what's ahead, but already missing what I'm leaving behind. Thank you to my fellow musicians, my teachers, and everyone who's been a part of this experience. I'll carry with me, oh, can't speak right now. I'll carry this with me always. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I mean, if I have to be blinded, it's only fair. Did I hit it twice? There we go. Yeah. Very good. What?
Greetings, everybody, and good evening to all of you. My name is Cedar Allen. I play trombone and the bass, and I will be your drum major and band club president this coming year. As our last performance of the year, this will of course be the final concert for our beloved seniors who can be recognized by the gold accents on their outfits. What you just heard was I Want to Be Like You from the Jungle Book, arranged by John Wasson. It featured solos by Eris Taylor on trumpet, Morgan Partridge on trombone, and Preston Turner on alto sax. Next up will be Fly Me to the Moon, arranged by Mark Taylor, and featuring a solo from Eris Taylor on trumpet. Following is Over the Rainbow, arranged by Dave Wolpe and featuring Oliver Abercrombie on tenor sax. Our final tune will be The Incredibles, arranged by Stephen Bulla and also featuring Oliver Abercrombie. Please enjoy.
Hello? Does this work? This is suddenly a lot more terrifying than I thought it would be. Greetings! My name is Philip Estadal. I am the treasurer of Orchestra Club. Hello. The first piece we will be playing is Eleanor Rigby by John Lennon and Paul McCartney, arranged by Larry Moore, followed by Pirates of the Caribbean by Klaus Bedell, arranged by Ted Bricketts. Enjoy.
Hello. Hello, my name is Annika G, and I'm the outgoing president of Orchestra Club and a senior. Real quick, I want to thank you all for coming today, and thank you to everyone who has supported us this year. This is by far has been the greatest year of my high school career for Orchestra Club. I am so grateful to everyone who has helped us this year through support and the fundraiser, which was very successful. And in general, it's everything. This year has been amazing. Enjoy.
Hello, this is Benjamin Franklin Theodore Roosevelt Delaney, aka Den Baloney.
Hello, this is Logan insert username and password, aka Hogan Loward. In my professional opinion of being in band for 2.5 years, I can definitely say without a doubt that Mr. Petty is pretty Sigma. Except, it was not very skibbity of him to not let us play Star Wars for the concert, but that's okay. He's still pretty cool, I guess. I'd like to thank him for still being a great band director and for putting up with me for all these years and teaching me so much. And off to Howard Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Baloney. I stand here today as a person I never imagined I would be. I'd like to thank my mom, brother, and Jeff for being there for me this entire time and helping me become a better, more responsible person. I'd also like to give an honorable mention to Jacob, Queso, Mr. Petty, Charlie the Steak, and all my family in Louisiana. Here's a final message. Having band class with Ben for 2 years and going through 3 years of high school can both be summed up with a single quote. Albert Einstein once said, "Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute." Thank you.
And now as we go into our new life and graduating, we must fly off. Thank you.
assuming this is my cue. I have no clue. Hello, everyone, and thank you all for coming tonight to support the band, the students, and all the seniors within it. My name's Riley Thomas, and I will be your your new band club secretary and your drumline captain for this year and next year's marching band. Our first piece played for you tonight was Highlights from Brave, arranged by Sean O'Laughlin, featuring a solo from John Santarin on clarinet, Jaden Williams on alto sax, and Thorin Allen on horn. Our second piece for you tonight will be a soaring rendition of How to Train Your Dragon, arranged by Sean O'Laughlin, and featuring a solo from Kira Shafi on flute and Tatiana Cable on trumpet. Afterwards, we will have a short intermission. Thank you, and I'm so sorry if I butchered anyone's name.
tried bringing up a note up an octave, and it was, I don't even feel like it was noticeable because the first trumpet plays it constantly. But she's worried that she messed up even though she just started. Everyone started. She might need a little pep talk. She's getting down on herself or something.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Landon Sanders. Some of y'all may know me. I play tenor sax in the jazz band, and I play bass clarinet in the wind ensemble. First off, I would like to thank everyone for being here tonight. It honestly wouldn't be possible without y'all's support. Can I get a round of applause for this? Everybody? Actually, as I am standing here tonight, it's hard to believe this is my final concert as a member of this incredible band program. Feels like these years flew by in a blur of rehearsals, performances, and memories that I will carry on with me. Ever since sophomore year when I joined wind ensemble, and then my junior year whenever I got thrown into jazz band with an instrument I didn't even know how to play, this place has become a second home even if we had 3 different band directors through the time. It was still a home filled with music, inside jokes, and bus ride karaoke sessions after show band. The sectionals were definitely stayed on task the entire time, right, Mr. Petty? Yeah. I'm going to miss the laughter during warm-ups, the countless last times before the performance, and those magical moments when we actually played the right notes at the right time. Rare, but beautiful. Next, I would also like to give some special shout-outs to the people who helped me. Mr. Petty, thank you for your patience, your encouragement, and for pretending not to hear half the stuff we probably shouldn't be saying. You've taught us more than music. You've taught us how to work hard, show up for each other, even if I wasn't in class due to a field trip, and occasionally how to count to 4. Miss Allen, I would like to thank you for being there through the hard times and making it to where I was able to do the things I wanted to do, like making it to the Jazz Festival and robotics. You were the eyes that took a step back and was like, whoa, slow down, take your time, and I would like to thank you for that, and I would like to just say that I am truly sorry for all the stress and pain that I put on these past 9 months. To my fellow seniors, we survived through the miscues, missed notes, and questionable decisions. We made it, and I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. To the underclassmen, enjoy it while you can. One day you'll blink and it will be your turn up here making questionable jokes in front of a crowd. Finally, to Max, thank you for putting up with me. I know it's hard to deal with me sometimes, but I can count on you to be there for me whenever I need you. And I'll leave you with this quote: "Music is the strongest form of magic," by Marilyn Manson. And honestly, so is surviving band camp without losing your sanity or getting hit in the head with a flag. Thank you so much. It's been an unforgettable ride, and I can't wait to play with this band one last time.
Or not. Oh, hi. I'm Naomi. I play the tuba in wind ensemble, and I appreciate everyone here. You know, it's been bedazzle. I'm thankful for Papa Smurf because he's been, Papa Smurf. He's been the best band director I've had throughout the whole time, better than my old school in Pine Forest. That's a compliment, okay? I wanted to thank all the seniors and all the underclassmen. You've welcomed me with open arms and the best marching band ever. I wanted to thank my parents, my mom and dad. My dad surprised me early. You know, he came, he made it from Japan, from his deployment. Thank you, Dad. I love you. It's really sad for this being the last concert. I didn't want to cry. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Piper Tubbs. I play alto and B-flat clarinet in wind ensemble, and I am the outgoing treasurer, incoming historian publicist.
Hello, my name is Preston Turner. I play the alto sax in both wind ensemble and jazz band, and I am your incoming band club treasurer.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. That was a Disneyland celebration, a medley of timeless tunes arranged by Michael Brown. It features solos from Casper Querubin, I think I said that right, on oboe, Riley Thomas on percussion, Lily Norman on alto sax, Ben Delaney on bells, and Jake Bailey on trumpet. Next, you will hear Godzilla Eats Las Vegas by Eric Whitaker, a zany tale of your favorite Sin City. Yep, I don't know what those words are. Thank you, Cedar. This piece will feature Sean Brown as our guest conductor, as well as guest players Joe Hansen on bass and Darren McCoy on piano. encourage you to all hold onto your socks and your phones please, for the wild ride we have prepared for you tonight. And I would once again like to thank our special guests for making this piece possible. Thank you.
For our final piece, you will hear the operatic winds and driving rock beats of the Phantom of the Opera, arranged by Warren Baker, featuring solos by, I'm going to get this last name right, Carter Alba. That's right. I got it? Darn it! Darn it. I can try again next year. On euphonium, Gunnar Gill on trumpet, Casper Korubin on oboe, Ethan Brady on horn, and Hannah Traurig on the timpani. Before we move on, however, we would like to thank everyone who made this wonderful year possible. Mr. Petty has done an astonishing job leading the band program, especially through this transitional period. Let's all give him a round of applause for such a great first year. Lastly, I would like to thank our band boosters for their continuous support, Wildcat Media for taking the courtesy to record and stream our performance, and of course everyone who came out tonight. You will now hear from our guest conductor, Sean Brown.
Good evening. I wanted to tell you just a little bit about what you're about to hear. This is considered quite an unusual work for concert band, which is kind of funny because the composer, Eric Whitaker, usually writes really pretty, lush music for concert band. He's originally from Nevada, so this is kind of an important home piece for him. But the piece is about kind of what the title says, Godzilla destroying Las Vegas. There's 38 total films of Godzilla destroying things out there, and I'm not quite sure if he's destroyed Las Vegas yet. So this is that story. Your programs have the program notes that Eric Whitaker himself wrote for the piece, which will help you make a lot of sense of sort of some of the noises that you're going to hear up here. He wrote it kind of in the form of a low-budget B-movie. Sort of with the camera angles, you kind of envision from the camera angles what it's doing. But basically Godzilla is interrupting a vibrant day in Vegas with shows and people and running amok and destroying things. And so you'll hear lots of screaming and things being destroyed. Don't worry, nothing valuable being destroyed. And you'll hear excerpts from famous Vegas figures, some of their music. You hear an army of Elvises. He pluralizes it as Elvi in the score, trying to fight Godzilla back. And just lots of really interesting sort of storytelling elements. So I guess we'll get started.
Thank you everyone for coming to what was arguably our shortest concert of the year. Have a great night.